Dibre haYamim bet, 2 Chronicles Chapter 31. And at the completion of all this, all Yisrael who were present went out to the cities of Yehudah, and broke down the pillars, and cut down the Asherim, and tore down the high places and the slaughter places from all Yehudah, and Benjamin, and in Ephraim and Manasseh, even to completion. Then all the children of Yisrael returned to their own cities, each to his possession. And Hiskiah appointed the divisions of the priests and of the Levites according to their divisions, each according to his service of the priests and Levites for ascending offerings and peace offerings, to serve and to give thanks and to praise in the gates of the camp of Yah. And the sovereign portioned of his possessions for the ascending offerings, for the morning and evening ascending offerings, and the ascending offerings for the Sabbaths, and for the new moons, and for the appointed times, as it is written in the Torah of Yah. And he said to the people, those who dwelt in Jerusalem, to give the portion for the priests and the Levites, so that they are strengthened in the Torah of Yah. And as the word spread, the children of Israel brought large quantities of the first fruits of grain and wine and oil and honey, and of all the increase of the field, and they brought in the tithe of all, a large amount. And the children of Israel and Yehudah, those who dwelt in the cities of Yehudah, brought the tithe of cattle and sheep, even the tithe of set-apart gifts, which were set apart to Yah their Elohim, were brought in, and they gave heaps. In the third new moon, they began to pile up the heaps, and they finished in the seventh new moon. And Hiskiah and his leaders came and saw the heaps, and they blessed Yah and his people Yisrael. And Hiskiah asked the priests and the Levites about the heaps. And Azaryahu, the chief priest from the house of Sadok, answered him and said, since they began to bring the offerings into the house of Yah, we have had enough to eat, and have plenty left, for Yah has blessed his people, and this great amount is left over. And Hiskiah ordered them to prepare rooms in the house of Yah, and they prepared them. Then they brought in the contribution, and the tithes, and the set-apart gifts, trustworthily. And Conaniah the Levite was leader over them, and Shammai his brother was the next. And Yehiel, and Azazyahu, and Nachab, and Asachel, and Yerimoth, and Yozabad, and Eliel, and Yismachiahu, and Machab, and Benayahu were overseers over the hand of Conaniah and Shammai his brother, by order of Hiskiah the sovereign, and Azaryahu the ruler of the house of Elohim. And Korah, son of Yimnah the Levite, the keeper of the east gate, was over the voluntary offerings to Elohim, to distribute the offerings of Yah and the most set-apart gifts. And under his hand were Eden, and Benjamin, and Yeshua, and Shemayahu, Amaryahu, and Shekanyahu, in the cities of the priests, to distribute trustworthily to their brothers by divisions, to the great as well as the small. Besides those males from 3 years old and up who were written in the genealogy, they distributed to everyone who entered the house of Yah his daily portion for the work of his service by his division, and to the priests who were written in the genealogy according to their father's house, and to the Levites from 20 years old upward by their duties in their divisions, and to all listed in the genealogy, their little ones and their wives, their sons and daughters, all the company of them, for in their trustworthiness they set themselves apart in set-apartness. And for the sons of Aharon the priest, who were in the fields of the open land of their cities, in each and every city there were men who were called by name to distribute portions to all the males among the priests, and to all who were listed by genealogies among the Levites. And Hiskiah did this in all Yehudah, and he did what was good, and what was right, and what was true before Yah his Elohim. And in every work that he began in the service of the house of Elohim, in the Torah, and in the command to seek his Elohim with all his heart, he did and prospered.